Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Jackson today. We're reviewing Survivor Series. Let's get into it. The first match was Women's War Games. It was Rhea Bloody Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Bailey, and the Io Sky of Damage Control versus Nia Jax, the Women's Champion, Liv Morgan, the other Women's Champion, the Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, and the fifth member was... What was the fifth member? Oh, Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah, the match was cool. I liked it. There were some good spots. Io went crazy. Io did a crazy moonsault in a trash can off the cage. Tiffany Stratton did a freaking swanton off the cage. I thought the heel should have won though, personally, but it was still a good match. This moment here kind of changed things around. Raquel and Liv and them were trying to get Rhea to be handcuffed to the turnbuckle so they can take advantage of the match. Raquel ends up getting, handcuffed. Tiffany has some complications in the match because she has an opportunity to pin one of the women's champions. Respectfully, she doesn't do it. Io gets involved, gets a freaking fire extinguisher, and just clears the room. Bianca and Naomi put Nia through a table. Liv went for Oblivion on the top of the cage. Rhea reverses it, hits a riptide through the table on the women's champion, and pins her for the 1-2-3. Team Rhea wins. A solid opening match for the card. Let's get into the next segment. The next match was Shinsuke Nakamura versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. It was a okay match. I kind of dozed off a little bit just because LA Knight's kind of boring to me. Shinsuke Nakamura killed it though. Congrats to the new United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Really dope moment. Congrats to him. He's a 3-time champ now. Really dope. This moment right here basically switched the match for Nakamura. He freaking drove LA Knight's head down into the little metal support thing right there for the cages. Hits the Kinshasa for the 1-2-3. Shout out Nakamura. Got this weird True Classic little promo segment thing with Alpha Academy and Otis. Otis awkwardly walks away, I guess, wearing his new True Classic shirt. I don't know, it was a weird segment. Next match of the night was Braun Breaker, Ludwig Kaiser, and Sheamus. Really, really good match. This crazy freaking shoulder tackle by Braun Breaker onto Ludwig was insane. Ludwig grabbed Sheamus' shillelagh and was going to, use it on him. Sheamus ends up hitting Braun with the Razor Ramon Razor's Edge toss. Sheamus basically has a 1-2. The ref gets pulled out by Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig treats Sheamus like a damn pinata and starts going to town with the shillelagh. Braun spears Ludwig for his trouble. Breaker gets amped up. Spears Sheamus for his trouble for the 1-2-3, retaining his IC title. The next match of the night was the Ring General Gunther versus Damian Priest. Thanks to some outside shenanigans by Finn Balor with the coup de grace onto Damian Priest. Gunther ends up retaining against Damian Priest, signaling that Balor and Priest ain't done. Liv and Rhea ain't done. It's still Judgment Day versus Terror Twins regardless of what we think. Gunther a little adamant about how he wanted to win clean and on his own to prove hey, I can beat Damian Priest on my own. It is what it is. I can see Balor getting a title shot eventually later down the line. Interesting story nonetheless. They broke down the Women's U.S. title championship tournament. Bailey versus Chelsea. Michin versus the winner of Naomi, Tiffany, and Elektra Lopez. The finals will be held at Saturday night's main event on December 14th. Another match announced for that card is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the Undisputed WWE Championship. Also, beginning Monday, the Women's IC title tournament. Last but not least, the main event of Survivor Series. The OG bloodline of Roman Reigns, CM Punk, the three Usos, Sammy, Jimmy, and Jay, versus the new bloodline, Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, the Gorillas of Destiny, and Solo Sikoa. Roman not trusting Punk throughout the entire match. Punk is ready to go in the match. Roman cut him off. It's still Usi. They do not look fond of each other at all. The next entrant to the match was coming out, and Punk just took his spot. He went fourth, Roman went fifth. Punk, realizing he didn't really have a shot against them, picks up something from another ring that he used in his match with Drew McIntyre. He used it to his full advantage, tried to knock down Jacob Fatu. Fatu no-sold. I love you, Solo. This man is possessed, I swear. The new bloodline standing tall as Roman enters the match. The new bloodline locked out Roman from the match, so he's like, how do I get in? Roman scales the structure, knocking down the Gorillas of Destiny. There was a segment of the match where Roman, takes out the new bloodline single-handedly, basically, and he's like, okay, let me go pick up my homies. Picks up Jay, picks up Jimmy, picks up Sammy. Punk is like, yo, you can help me up? He's like, nah, chilling, you got it. More dissension between those two. Heyman saying, hey, you guys are like my children, you need to work together. All hell about to break loose. Roman and Punk versus Solo and Jacob. Roman accidentally spears Punk. The next thing in the match, Bronson Reed goes for the tsunami under Roman Reigns on the table. Punk saves Roman. Crazy aftermath, crazy spot. Roman finally obliges and helps up Punk. They on the same side. They twins like that. The Usos hit the 1D onto Jacob Fatu. Jimmy Uso gets his Survivor Series moment, puts Fatu through the table with a splash. Roman tries to make peace with Solo. Look, I still love you. I do see this being brought up later down the line. Maybe The Rock gets involved and Rock kicks Solo out of the new group, and Roman forgives Solo and Solo's back with the OG. I don't know. We'll see. Extends his arms after everything for a hug. Solo, being defiant, gets hit with double super kicks, gets hit with the haluva kick by Sammy, gets hit with a GTS, into the spear for the 1, 2, 3. The OG bloodline wins. They all embrace. I thought something was going to happen. The celebration little outro thing went on for a little too long. Sign of respect. Punk says Paul owes him that favor. And that was it for Survivor Series. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Later, y'all.